everyone. We're coming to you live from, well, live for now, hopefully also by the time that you're viewing this, if we play our cards right, from Refugio Scaravelli, somewhere in between Chile and Argentina. Technically, right now, according to our passports, we are nowhere.
We've been stamped out of Chile.
We're about another 3 hours road walk down to get stamped into Argentina. The next town is a tiny pueblo called Manzano Histórico. We're actually sitting about 200 years out from the time San Martin came through the Andes from Argentina into Chile to liberate it. So a lot of interesting history going on around where we are right now. For now, what we're working on as Her Odyssey, our mission statement, is to travel the length of the Americas by non-motorized means, gathering stories from people along the way and inspiring others to pursue their own audacious dreams. How did I come up with this? I was working a corporate job in a skyscraper in Kansas City a couple months after I'd finished the Pacific Crest Trail, doing my best to be a normal person. And on my way home from work, I happened to be reading the book Born to Run by Chris McDougall. There's this one sentence in the middle of it where he mentions that the Sierra Madres Occidental range, a mountain range in Mexico, connects the longest chain of mountains in the world. And I just had one of those, I guess I'd call it an aha moment. Just the second I read that sentence, I knew that I was called to travel the length of the Americas. It had been my story up to that point, from my childhood in South America to my working days in North America and Alaska, and I've never been so certain of something in my life. So I began planning it. I knew it was a ridiculous idea. I was kind of embarrassed of it, didn't want to tell anyone about it, especially my family. I began to tell some friends, and they began to come together around me to support me in it. I began to put together what elements I could to do as much planning and preparation and research. There were some factors that were just completely out of my hands that I just had to trust that I was supposed to go on this journey and that some of these pieces would come together. And, well, one of those is sitting next to me right now.
I'm a piece of the puzzle.
A big one.
I would say half of it. So I met Fidgit on the PCT, in the Pacific Crest Trail, in 2010, and we became friends, and we've been staying in touch ever since. I would go visit her when I had time off from working wilderness therapy in Utah. I worked at a wilderness therapy program, and we would have 6 days off between shifts, and I would go visit her, and at one of these visits she told me about her idea of hiking the length of the Americas, or traveling the length of the Americas, and I was interested, but I was also hesitant. I didn't know what was going to be happening in the next few years. I wasn't sure what I wanted, and so when we would visit, she would come, we would go mountain biking in Utah, or skiing in Colorado, or hiking in Colorado, and I would just ask her questions, and she would do her best to answer them, and
or make it up,
which I didn't hear about until later. And then she would go research them and find answers and find knowledge, and it took me till about 2015 to fully commit. In January of 2015, right around my 30th birthday, we met again to go skiing or something, and I fully committed to South America. And now we're talking about Central America already, and so I'm pretty sure I'm in it for the long haul.